Good day, my Mgtow brothers. How are you doing, man? It's good to be back. It always feels good to get back in front of the camera to film another new video. And I try and bring new stuff, new perspectives, new ways of explaining Mgtow, explaining why it's important, explaining everything that I can, right? Unloading the information banks that I've got in my head. I've got one today. I'm going to ride the coattails of yesterday's video just a little bit because those two were a 1-2 punch. When I talk to you about this one, you'll understand what I'm saying, right? You know, the game that's being played with us as men, it's on all fronts. We've talked ad nauseum about what our mommies do to us and what our teachers do to us and what movies do to us, right? What the legal system does to us. Yesterday's video about the microchimerism, it's science being used against us, right? And this one here is one I've known about. I kind of collaborated with a subscriber a little bit on getting some information. But it is one I've known about a long time. I just needed some verbiage. So he did a little research for me and off we go. It is the science of our olfactory apparatus. The nose, right? The nose knows. You know, something stinks, it's rotten in Denmark, right? There's all kinds of references to the nose, knowing when things are bad. Right, your nose can lead you places, right? I think it's an underrated, undervalued tool that we Mgtow men have, right? And what I'm talking about is how our nose smells pheromones, scents, perfumes, odors, right? So here's some science behind the attraction of scent, or the scent of attraction. The study is called osmology. Right? It has been determined that men and women are attracted to each other via selective chemical messengers. These are arousal stimulating chemicals that signal sexual desire and sexual readiness. What I'm saying here is that whether you or I or anyone else realizes it, accepts it, likes it, it does not matter. If you smell the hormones that women secrete, it is a tool of nature that is used to ensnare us. Right? Pheromones are anti-Mgtow. Right? And we'll talk about what they do specifically, what they trigger in men. Right? Pheromones are primarily received or perceived through the olfactory senses, the nose. And studies suggest they are excreted by several areas of the body on both men and women, including the skin, sweat glands, saliva, and urine. And also vaginal secretions. Right? You don't just smell the pussy when your nose is in it. You smell it from 5 feet away. From 10 feet away, from 20 feet away, but you don't know it. What's amazing to me is women understand this. They know that all they have to do is stand in a room and they will start attracting the attention of males, of men. And the men don't know why. They don't understand it. They're just attracted to them. Are men naturally stupid? Desirous of giving away their money and their lives? No, it's a fucking trick. It's yet another trick of both natural biology and science, and women use it. And this is interesting because if you ever deny a woman the attention she wants, what is her reaction? We talk about it often. It's the reaction of a 5-year-old that's been told they can't have the cookie. They get mad. They get mad. Why are they mad? Because you didn't fall for the trick. You didn't play their game. You didn't succumb to nature's manipulative power that women have over us. All right. So I'm gonna read you this interesting portion here. You may be familiar with the landmark white t-shirt test, in which women consistently preferred the odors of t-shirts that had been worn by strangers who were genetically compatible with them. And I don't know how they established that. Anyways, and were actually turned off by those who were genetically incompatible. What's more, the odors they preferred reminded them of their boyfriends. So we got a couple keys here in this study. Women could smell a scent in a t-shirt. White t-shirt test. They weren't dirty. They didn't rub them down in the dirt. Didn't piss on them. They're white t-shirts that had been worn by men. They were turned on by certain smells and turned off by others. But they preferred the ones that reminded them of their boyfriends. Why? Why were women attracted to a certain type of smell? Well, it's what she wants, right? Right? If she wants an alpha male, she's going to smell it, and we'll get to what she smells there. And if she smells something else, if she's got a long-term boyfriend, a husband, what is she smelling on the ones that she likes? She's smelling super simp. She's smelling blue pill. She's smelling cuck. She's smelling, I can take advantage of this guy, right? And it turns her on. It excites her. It makes her sexually receptive to that smell because she's going to get what she wants, right? Whether it's money, a house, or a vacation. And thanks again, Chris, for that vacation stuff. You see, and they're turned off by smells they don't like. What smells wouldn't they like, right? Maybe they'd been burned by a bunch of alpha males, consistently getting banged and dumped and banged and dumped. So that smell, that pheromone, is associated with pain in their little brains, and they don't like that smell. Or if they're into getting a bunch of cock at the time, yeah, they like that smell. It's a turn on, it's a turn off. For example, when I worked really hard as a general contractor, and as a carpenter on my own site, banging nails, banging boards, standing walls, rolling trusses, and I came home smelly. I smelled like money. Money. Right? But when I'm not contracting and I'm just working my ass off, I don't smell like money anymore. Right? Ooh, you smell. Ooh, oh my God, go take a shower, you pig. Right? That type of shit. Right, what are they smelling? Interesting stuff. So now we're going to talk about subconscious sexual attraction. And it is. Most men don't even know pheromones exist. Or if they do, it's an abstract thought or a joke. But pheromones are very real. Pheromones can act as a powerful catalyst of sexual attraction. Right? As humans secrete these through perspiration, they are subconsciously detected by the nose, brain, and nervous system. Right? Only about 10% of men give off significant amounts of androsterone. I keep wanting to say testosterone in the middle of it, right? But androsterone is a select pheromone that men have that attracts women sexually, right? So if you see that dude and you're going, why is he attracting women? You know, what's the deal, right? That's this invisible sex appeal that perfume or cologne is supposed to give us, right? And only 10% of men have it. But let's talk about how they do it. Men primarily release androsterone through their skin and hair. Okay, that's where it's at. It's also present in sweat under the armpits. Okay, so that sweaty guy that's in charge, the boss who's sweaty, that's a big turn on for a woman. He smells, right, like the pheromone she wants, and he's the boss. He's making money. Women can't help but be turned on by that. You see these old guys with women, they're just oozing this stuff, right? They've got money squirting out of their wallet and androsterone squirting out their body. They just smell like success. That ugly dude that's got hot chicks, you're like, hey, what the fuck? Am I chopped liver here? Hey, it's just the way the game works. Now, let's talk about what women are doing. Researchers have found that women secrete at least one other attracting pheromone, other than men do, from their vagina. Right? It is called copulin. It's a pheromone which is mainly present in vaginal fluids. The appearance of these chemicals appears to correlate with hormonal variations corresponding with changes in the female menstrual cycle. What that means is that at differing times of the month, women smell differently. Their pussies smell differently. They put off different hormones or pheromones that we detect, right? You don't even realize it, but you can smell her. She's ripe. And you could say, yeah, dirty bitch, she stinks. Or you could, if it's got you, right, it hooks you. You're hooked by it. And you don't even know why. And you're in. And that's when the woman has you. That's when you've been had. Okay, so we can look at, I don't know if you've ever heard of Masters and Johnson. They did a lot of sexual research. And this research group conducted a 10-year study, and they confirmed, and they are world-renowned researchers into sex. They confirmed the sexual turn-on aspect of these chemical attractors we're talking about, androsterone and copulin and others. All right. So what are the applications? That is, how is this applied to our life? Perfumes, the perfume and cologne industry, they're big. They try keying in on this sort of thing, right? They want pretty fragrances, but they also use these pheromones in there, right? You go to the strip club, what do you smell? You got stripper stink, stripper sauce, stripper juice, whatever you call it, right? And you can smell that shit. And you're seeing the woman, the sexual nature, and smelling, right? And what do? You invite them to sit on your lap and take money out of your wallet. Now, given that's what you're there for. But if you're a blue pillar, if you're a simpleton, a dumbass, it's going to be all the easier for her to get what she wants from you. Right? If you want to just go see pretty women, you go see pretty women. But there's guys that go to strip clubs that drop $100, $200, $500 in a night. And they actually believe in their head, by time they're done, that they're going to take one of these girls home and marry them. It's because they're all fucked up on the pheromones. And here's the reason why. What to expect when you use pheromones, right? And I'm going to read this word, and I want you to pay very careful attention. People using pheromones have reported a wide range of benefits, including a heightened state of relaxation and ease, less anxiety, increased confidence, decrease of social butterflies. That means group. We can deal with a group. Feeling more attractive, happier, optimistic, enhanced relationship feelings, right? Revved up sex life.